Hi, everybody. Tom Gile at the Gile Group. In any changing market, people are hesitant. They're waiting for things to get better. It's really in the absence of good information, trustworthy, up to date information, real estate's decisions are being driven by fear, uncertainty, and doubt. But changing markets also present opportunities. And the best thing for you to do is to arm yourself with information so you can take advantage of those opportunities as they present themselves, which is what we're going to go over today in today's Gile Report. So tell me, how many of you have seen this headline recently, or one very similar to it, that 15 years ago, the market crashed under similar circumstances that we're in today? Well, it's pretty far from the truth, but that's a lot of what consumer sentiment and people are thinking right now because that's what they're seeing in the news. LendingTree did a survey to get consumer sentiment of the real estate market. 41% of the people that they surveyed thought that the housing market is going to crash in the next 12 months. Of that 41%, 72% said it was going to be worse than 2008. And 58%, guess what? They're hesitant. They're waiting on the sidelines for things to get better. Well, things aren't going to get better in terms of like interest rates. So what you need to do is really arm yourself with information. So first of all, it's nothing like what it was 15 years ago. And I'm not going to say that the market doesn't have its challenges today. It definitely does. But looking at some of the differences, jobs-wise, there's some layoffs going on right now in the tech sector, but we're 20 million jobs ahead of where we're at in 2008, 2010. The biggie in here is subprime loans that really fueled the crash in 2008, 2010, and they're virtually non-existent today. Then people could basically just sign their name and get a mortgage. Much more stringent guidelines today. Another big piece is inventory, and it's tied into new construction and also existing homes. New construction is quite a bit lower than what it was prior to the 2008 crash. And inventory, take a look at the difference here because it's huge. We had 3 to 4 million homes on the market then. We have 1 to 1.2 million homes on the market today. We had 8 to 10 months worth of inventory then, 2 to 2.5 months now. Very different terms in terms of inventory and availability. So what do the experts think is going to happen to prices? When you look at this supply and demand, there's obviously some variation here in what the experts are thinking, but overall, it looks like in general, prices should be fairly stable in 2023. That being said, be ready because you're going to hear it coming in the first quarter, how year over year prices in 2023 are quite a bit lower than 2022. Well, no kidding, because think about what happened in 2022, first quarter. Prices ran up like this, but then have leveled back off. So yes, there's going to be a dip in year over year pricing, but as a whole, we're at about a net zero, not even with where we're at about a year ago, which I think is a good place for us to be. Looking at home sales and forecasts, we're not hitting the numbers that we did in 21 and 22. The market was crazy, but we're looking at doing somewhere about 5 million to 5.4 million nationwide home sales. So that puts us on par with about 2013, 2014. And those are pretty good years. Obviously, mortgages and interest rates are having an impact on the market. You can see by this graph here. But remember, if you're waiting for that 4% mortgage rate to come back, it's not coming back. But we are seeing some relief here because things really topped out about November, and we're down about a full point from when things topped out in November. And the experts are thinking it's going to continue to drop as we get into 2023. So what's my take? I already alluded to a lot of this, but overall, I think the supply side of the market today is very different than what it was in 2008, 2010. Prices should remain relatively flat in 2023. Obviously, certain areas or certain markets are going to be impacted more than others. I think Portland is going to be pretty stable. Interest rates, I think, are going to continue to decline in 2023, bringing more buyers back into the market. Again, buyers, you got to get your head around, these rates are going to be in the 5 and 6%. That is kind of the new normal of where interest rates are going to be. So if you find that house that meets your budget and meets your needs, even though it's at that rate, now's a good time to do it. There are more choices out there. And if you're waiting 3 to 4%, it ain't going to happen. So if you have questions about your home, about the market, reach out to us on social media, send us an email at askgilegroup@gilegroup.com, or give me a call. We'd love to hear from you.